Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be starting here in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.
Law. 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 Law.
So I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you while I try to, while I share all of this to my social media pages, so that way I can get some people in here. There we go. Come listen to the album with me.
Law.
All right. So I shared to my Facebook. We'll see see how many other people decide to show up here. Yeah.
Law.
Da-da-da-na-na.
Law. Law.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting started here. If I can, boom. Hello, hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some stuff today. I want to wait until there's a few more people in here. But yeah, hi. How you guys doing? How has life been? How are you? That is the question of the day. Sorry, my a lot of new stuff is happening, guys. A lot of new stuff is going down ever since I released this album. There have been some new developments, like instantly almost, from whenever I released the album to like to right now. It's crazy. So we're gonna keep keep pushing here. Push out some other I'm gonna push out a tweet here. La 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 la. Na 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 na. Yeah. So this is a thing that we're doing. We're sitting here with nobody actually watching, nobody actually listening. That's cool too. Na na na. All right, since nobody's actually here yet, we're gonna go back to we're gonna go wait for a second. Gotta take care of some other business stuff.
Law. 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 Lost. 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 Lost.
Hey, can you hear me now? Hey, all right. So I'm currently still working on the business side of things. Yeah, I'm still working on the business side of stuff, and like there's a lot of things that have happened just in the short time period between whenever my album went live and people knowing about it, right? So I currently have a social media manager. My friend Sarah has stepped up and is going to work on helping. She's currently, as we speak, creating my website. So she's creating a website. We're going to be pushing out. I'm going to be a lot more active on social media. We'll be pushing out photo shoots, doing all kinds of things because, like, if this is going to go anywhere, right? If this music thing is going to go anywhere, then I have to be more active. I have to push myself, and I have to put myself out there, because that's one of the things that I don't really do, is I don't really push, right? I don't push myself, and I don't promote myself as well as I should if I actually want this to go somewhere. So that's what I'm working on. We're getting a website set up. We're going to be pushing a lot more social media posts. In case you didn't notice, I rebranded. I am no longer the Crazy Cover Guy. That is still my handle on Instagram and Twitter currently. But my YouTube channel is no longer the Crazy Cover Guy. It is Garrett Stone. Because I'm trying to rebrand. Putting this album out here in the world, putting this album out and making people see, letting people see what I'm doing and what I'm capable of. I want a serious name attached to it. Now, the Crazy Cover Guy, it originally started out because all I did on the YouTube channel was I made covers. So it's all kinds of new things. You see that guy sitting there in the background? I don't know who that was, but that was funny. I'm live streaming in the college because that's where I have A, best Wi-Fi, B, a quiet place, and I have access to good speakers and everything so that I can actually play the music for you guys, and you can actually hear it, and I can hear it too. I also have a new microphone. It is the Blue Yeti. Beautiful, yes, glorious. Oof. Hear that next to me? I have friends. I have a friend. His name is CJ, and he is also currently working on an album. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. Hello, Caitlin. I see you. I'm just trying to wait until some more people get in here before I actually start playing the album, because I want there to be enough people to hear it. I probably don't have enough of a following at this point. That's why I put it out on all my social medias. Also, if you'll notice, like I said, I rebranded. I am no longer the Crazy Cover Guy. I mean, I am the Crazy Cover Guy. Like, I always will be, because that's how the channel started out. But, like, I've renamed the channel to Garrett Stone. I think I spelled my name right. Yeah, I did. Just making sure. But I'm rebranding because I want to be able to be taken seriously. You know? I want people to look at me and see an artist, not just some YouTuber making music, right? I'm trying to put myself out there as a serious artist, because if this music thing does take off, if this music thing goes anywhere, highly unlikely, but if it does, then I want my name to be attached to it. Does that make sense? Yeah. I hope it makes sense. Audio good and everything? Like, is everything sounds okay? Everything sounds pretty good? Because I have different settings up here on the back of the mic. These right here, I can change if I need to. Excuse me. Good. But yeah, so this is just I'm about to play my songs, play the album for you guys to hear. I don't know what the quality of the audio is going to be. Hopefully it'll be decent enough that you guys can hear it, and I tested some things out before I actually started streaming, so hopefully I don't blow out the microphone. If I do, I can just adjust the settings. Whew. Excuse me, sorry. I'm a little yawny pants over here. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. you weren't here whenever I said it, but I now have a social media manager. I have a friend that stepped up and said, hey, I want to be your social media manager. And I said, what does that mean? And basically, she is going to help me. She's actually currently creating a website, and she is going to help me build an online presence. She's going to help me push my social media presence more. And yeah, so like in the short time that the album released and people found out about it, like in the time that I pushed the album out, album was released, and then I said, hey, all you people, go listen to it. In that time span of like, what, 12 hours? In that time span, I have people stepping up and wanting to help me build my brand and wanting to help me create Garrett as an artist. So I thought that was crazy. That was crazy cool. Sarah Lejeune is her name. She is going to be helping me be more active on social media. She wants to like do like a photo shoot every 2 weeks to get some fresh pictures out there. Like I said, creating a website. She's already talking about creating merch at some point. I'm like, whoa. I know the response to the album has been positive so far, but I don't even have numbers yet. I don't know how many times people have streamed it. I don't know how many people have bought it. Like, I don't even know. I don't know if this thing is going to go anywhere. I know she is awesome, but like she's ready to go. She wants to help me push this out there. And so like I am completely okay with this. All right. So for those of you that are here, for those of you that are lurking in chat, I'm about to start the album, and we can listen to it together, and you can listen to what I have to say. Excuse me. Listen to what I have to say about the album. Hear my personal thoughts and like my inspirations behind these songs. And if you've tuned into any of my live streams before, then I will have already probably have said some of these things. But I'm going to repeat them, and we're just going to go through it together. So to kick it off, to start it all, we have Dreamers. Now this kicks off the album. Look, Brandon, I can't help it. Anytime I get in front of a camera and I start looking at the camera and realizing I'm talking to other people, I start yawning. It's not my fault. Okay, so track 1, Dreamers. Here we go. Tell me, I'm gonna need y'all to tell me how the audio sounds in chat. Is that okay? Perfect. Okay. So, let's break that down. Dreamers. It talks about how we are the broken, right? We are the shamed. We fight for existence. We fight to be heard, right? The kicker for this album, because this whole album, the whole concept of the album is to tell my story, my journey of figuring out who I am. And so I'm a dreamer. I have high hopes for everything I do. I'm an optimist. I dream big. But at the same time, as a dreamer, as somebody who has these big dreams and has these big ambitions, we tend to be the outcasts, right? People tend to look at us and say, wow, they're weird. And so Dreamers is acknowledging that fact, saying, I am a dreamer. We fight to be heard, right? We fight for existence. We fight for the broken. We fight for the weak. Talking about how we fight because we are different. We as dreamers fight for those different people. And so that's what Dreamers is about. That's what I was thinking of, and what I was feeling when I wrote it. And I also just wanted kind of like a punch, right, to kick off the album, to kind of like set the tone for what is to come, because the next song that we're about to listen to is Floating. And Floating is the exact antithesis of Dreamers. Dreamers is loud, Dreamers is bombastic, and Dreamers is powerful and punchy, and it's there. It's in your face. You can't ignore it. Floating, on the other hand, kind of just drifts in the background, right? You float. So let's listen to Floating. And also, if you guys have interpretations, questions, comments, feel free, drop them in the chat.
Nothing feels the same, 'cause you're not here with me, suffering by myself. How could it be? I got stuck in the darkness. I never found the light. And I am down here wondering, how do I make things right? And I left you abandoned, so you lashed out at me. The wounds of broken love, they don't heal easily. So I'm floating, I'm floating, I float away, I float away. And everywhere I turn, I'm reminded of you. The things that I've said, the things I put you through. I didn't deserve your love, and I made that so clear. Turned into a monster, the one thing that I feared. And I left you abandoned, so you lashed out at me. The wounds of broken love, they don't heal easily. So I'm floating, I'm floating, I float away, I float away. So I'm floating,
floating, I float away, I float away. There was a specific inspiration for floating. This was actually the first song that I wrote on the album. This one came first. This was the first song I wrote, and I wrote this, I think, late 2016, early 2017. Like, I started the concept of the album. I started the idea for the album in 2016. I think I wrote this one. This was the first one that I wrote. I've been toying with this one, with the idea and the thought process, because in 2017 I was in a relationship, and I was not the best of boyfriends. It was one of those relationships where we were friends first, and then we started dating. And we shouldn't have dated, right? It was one of those situations where we're like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, we're really good friends, we get along great, but as time went on, I realized that she was not the person for me. And so I told her that, but I didn't tell her that right away. Like, I knew that she wasn't the right person, but she was leaving school at the end of the semester. She wasn't going to be back next semester, so I was just going to stick it out, because she was already having... Hey, Josh, my boy, welcome. So she was leaving at the end of the semester, and I knew a couple months before the end of the semester that it wasn't going to last. But she was dealing with so much stuff and so much stress that I didn't want to add on to that and say, hey, I'm breaking up with you. I didn't want to do that. So I continued the relationship, which is not what I should have done. I should have ended it whenever I knew that it wasn't going to work out. But I didn't. And I started doubting myself. I started like, I became distant, and she felt that, and she knew that. And so things did not end well. But I still really cared for her, right? But when she left, because we ended the relationship on such a bad note, she blocked me on everything. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, she blocked me. She blocked my number, like, whole 9 yards. We did not communicate with each other. And so I lost that relationship, that friendship, because I wanted to go back to being friends. I wanted to still remain friends, but she cut it all off. So I'm talking about, like, I left you abandoned, and you lashed out at me, right? So, like, I broke off the relationship, I ended the relationship, and she lashed out. She was not happy, she cut everything off. And so, like, losing that friendship, losing that relationship left me empty because I didn't know what to do. I'd never had something like that happen before. And so I was floating. I felt lost. I didn't know what to do with myself. And like I said, the things I put you through, right? The things that I said, the things I put you through, right? I didn't deserve your love, and that much I made clear, right? So it's literally that relationship. It is detailing, like, what happened in the relationship and talking about why it ended. So that, yes, there was a specific inspiration for floating, and that's that one. Yeah, damn, right? So most of these songs, because they are telling my journey as a human and telling me my journey as a human growing, right, as a person, everything comes from it comes from the heart. I write about my experiences, and going through this album, like, I've realized my lyrical ability, like, to make rhymes and do all that fun stuff, not that great. I'm not that good at actually writing lyrics. So that's something I'm going to be working on in my next album. which I've already started work on because the creative bug stops for no man. So that was the inspiration behind Floating. And that was my thought process writing that one. I actually sat down, I wrote that song in 3 hours. I wrote it, recorded it, mixed it, all the instruments, everything, 3 hours. And that song was done. So that was the first song that I actually wrote, period, ever, at all, in my entire life. Floating was the first song I wrote. Now, obviously, I re-recorded and remastered it for the actual release, but the single version, the original version, is on the YouTube channel as Floating, original song. So, yeah, that was that. There you go. Next up, song number 3, Having a Mind. We're going to listen to it. Have any questions, leave them in the chat, and we will talk about it after we listen to it. This one is pretty straightforward. It's very straightforward. So let's give it a listen. Let's give it a shot.
Consciousness fading, happiness abating. I don't know what to do.
Haven't felt like me lately.
Trying my
Best just to live a good life, but the happiness goes and fills me with strife. Understand what I'm saying?
Of course you don't. You think that this is just a poem I wrote, but the truth of the matter is that nothing is right. I toss and turn through every sleepless night,
And I know that you're there, and I know that you're listening. So the question I ask is, why aren't you helping?
Not everyone's struggle can be seen on the surface. They cover their pain when their mind is a circus. Nothing I do ever seems good enough, and the cold hard truth is that the world is tough. It beats me down every night and day, and the struggle is real, cause I've got bills to pay. I stand here and wonder if it all could be different, but reality tells me to sit down and zip it. I'm tired of the struggle, I'm tired of the fear. Life might be easier if I just disappeared. Those words are tough, and I know they are true, but sometimes that happens when you feel real blue. You say
What is that line? What is
you
that?
can't take back, and sometimes it comes off as a personal attack. That's not the case,
That's not how it is.
if you know who I am, then you know I hate this. The self-doubt, the loathing, the pain, and fear, the things that I've hidden and covered for years. But today that changes, today that ends. I'm going to be me, and that's how it is. I'm sorry if I hurt you in any way. I try to spread love, that's the name of the game. My demons don't control me, I control them. That's the way it should be, there are means to an end. Harness the anger, harness the pain. Write about it all in a rap beat refrain. The struggles are over, today is the day. I'm finally free, no matter what they say. And no matter how hard the struggle might get, I'll never give up, and I'll never forget. Cause the world can be cold and ruthless, I know. I faced
Luther.
my struggles and I've stood toe to toe with
Thank
demons
you.
and monsters of my own creation. But now I'm in charge, no reciprocation. I've made it this far, and I know I'll survive. But there are people out there who struggle with life. I may not feel great, but I'm incredibly blessed. I've got a family that loves me, and my friends are the best. But I'll still get sad, and I'll still hate myself. But I know that life can be lived on a shelf. Pain is a part of the process of life, and happiness is hard for us to get right. But I know that I'll make it. I know I'll be fine. It's a part of life, and having a mind.
So this one, in fact, you guys tell me what you think it's about. That's what I know. What do you think this song means to you? Like, what's your interpretation of the song? Because to me, sometimes that's more interesting than my own personal interpretation, like what I was thinking. I love to hear what other people think of the music. Right? So, what do y'all think the song's about? Give me your best interpretation. I mean, obviously, I'll tell you what I was going through and what I was thinking whenever I wrote the song, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear it. turn it into an ASMR stream. Just start whispering into the microphone. Yes, it is on iTunes. You type in Garrett Stone or you type in Beginnings, and my face should pop up. Well, the album should pop up. Yes, indeed, sir. I've got people texting me like, I can't pull it up on Spotify, and I'm like, well, let me send you the link. If you're having, is anyone else having trouble with the links? Anyone else having trouble with the Spotify? Because like I'm playing it on Spotify, I'm like playing it through Spotify through the speakers so you can hear it. Okay, so having a mind. End of August, more like the middle of August through middle of September, for a solid month, I was in a dark place. I was not in a good mind. I was not in a good headspace. I was not in a good state of mind. I was depressed. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. At this point, this is when I'm working on. This is when I was working on Hallowed Ground over the summer. That this was happening. That all these things were happening, and I was not in a good headspace, right? Okay, good. So like, I sat down one morning and I started typing into Facebook. And let me tell you something. That's something you should never do, is rant about your feelings on your social medias. I try to avoid doing it. I do it sometimes, but for the most part, I don't. But I felt like I needed to tell people about it, right? I needed to say this. I needed to say these things that were just spinning in my head. I was starting to come out of it, right? In fact, I have the date that I actually wrote this song and released it. It was September 13th. And I will remember that day forever. Because I just sat down, I just started writing. In the little, what are you thinking about on Facebook? I just started typing it on my phone nonetheless. I was just sitting there tapping away. Because I needed to say those things. Right? I have not always been, excuse me, sorry. I've not always been open about my struggles with mental health, because it's not really been a struggle per se. I've never been clinically depressed. I've never been like depressed to the point of like not leaving my house for days on end. But I have been in depressive states. I've been depressed before. So like struggling with that and struggling with self-worth, struggling with self-image issues, believing that I'm not worth anything, believing that I don't have any intrinsic value to contribute to society. I've struggled with that stuff for a while, right? And I'm sure at some point everybody has struggled with self-worth issues, and everybody has struggled with believing that they have no value, believing that they're worthless, and like in some form or another, people have gone through that. And so these were things that were on my mind that I needed to say, right? Because I realized that I couldn't just sit there and feel sorry for myself anymore, right? I couldn't do that. Like just sit there and be like, I'm a sad little bean. I'm depressed. I look like a potato. Nobody likes me. Blah blah blah. Like, I didn't want to live that life anymore. I didn't want to do that. So I wrote this. I just sat down and I wrote it. talking about how you feel like there's a circus in your mind, right? Like you hide it a lot of times, you mask it, pretend everything is okay, but everything's not okay. Inside, you're a raging hot mess. And then nothing I do ever seems good enough, right? And there are days that I felt like that. And it's just everything that I said, and I felt that. I have felt that at some point in my life. Even the part where, life would be easier if I just disappeared, right? And that's rough to go through something like that where you think the world would be better off if I was not here. I have no intrinsic value. Nobody would notice if I was missing, right? Going through that, even just that thought process, not even the thought process of acting on it, right? But the thought process of, I don't belong here. Life would be easier if I was not here, right? That's rough, and that's hard. And if you actually listen to the track, you can hear that while I'm recording that, I started crying. If you go back to the part where I talk about, but today that ends, I'm going to be me, and that's how it is, right? But today that's over. Today that ends. I'm going to be me, and that's how it is. If you listen, you can hear my little sniffles, because I started crying during that, but I wanted to keep that. I wanted that raw emotion, because that's the whole point of the track, is about accepting your emotions, about accepting your vulnerabilities, and being able to be okay with that. It is a dangerous mindset. It's an incredibly dangerous mindset to be there. That's a bad, like I said, I was in a bad headspace. So like this song, like the last half of the song, not even the last half, like the last third of the song is about me saying, there's still going to be days where I hate myself, right? But I know life can't be lived up on a shelf. Now that was just a bad line. I was reaching for a rhyme there. But like at the same time, like you can't put your heart and put yourself like on this shelf and say, okay, I'm going to be safe here. And I'm not going to move and nothing bad is going to happen to me. Right? You have to face your demons. You have to face these struggles, and you have to be able to get past them. And that is all part of having a mind. Because the brain is like any other part of your body. It can get sick. And the only way to heal it with the brain is to talk, is to process, and to allow yourself to understand that these emotions that I have are valid and they're real. So like that was the whole point of having a mind. Because we all have a mind, and we're all going to be sick at some point. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is ever not going to have a day where they are depressed, right? If you are, bless your soul. How do you do it? But like, it's part of having a mind. Struggles, pain, suffering, that's part of being human. That's part of this human experience that we call life. And so having a mind is about my journey through that depressive state into understanding and allowing myself to accept that it's part of being human, part of having a mind. All right. It's only track 3, guys. We're going slow, but that's the whole point of this. I want to go slow. I want you guys to know what I'm thinking of, right? Next up, Level Up. Now this one, there are no words, but it's a bop. Okay? This song is a bop. And we're gonna listen to it. Level up, indeed. Okay, so that is level up. And it just kind of fades out into oblivion. So, level up. There is a specific theme that I was going for. All of the chopped vocals that you heard, that was me. I chopped those vocals myself. I pitch shifted them, and I cut them up and put them all in the thing because I wanted it to represent the chaos inside your mind, right? Because having a mind is all about accepting the fact that those emotions are there. But just because you accept them doesn't mean it's going to be easy to get through them. All right, so level up is kind of like a back and forth. It's almost like a battle, right? It almost is, it's about that feeling of instability inside your own mind, right? Like you're fighting a battle with yourself. Also, there was just a really sick beat that I made, and I was like, this would be good. And I didn't want it to be another rap thing, so instead I just chopped up some vocals and pitch shifted and adjusted them to fit what I felt was a battle, right? And like if you win a boss battle in D&D or in a video game, what typically happens? You level up, right? So there's all these little things in the way that the album ties together. There's little meanings and everything that if you just get the album, you just listen to it. It's a good album, but you don't understand the story behind it, right? And so Level Up is about fighting that battle and winning, right? So I fought the battle, and I was winning. And then September 15th, 2018. That's why I will always remember when I made Having a Mind. Because I made Having a Mind, and I was feeling better. I was feeling good about myself. And then September 15th happened.
Sitting in the darkness, I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm trying to figure out how to process this feeling. Rejection ain't easy, like taking a beating. First you said you loved me, the next thing you're leaving. What did I do? Where'd I go wrong? Don't show my emotions, pretend that I'm strong. If I keep it together, It won't hurt as bad, but I can't shrug it off cause you were all I had. I gave you everything, but it wasn't enough. These next few weeks are gonna be fucking tough. I had just gotten better, I was feeling alright. Then you showed it with my house and you ruined my night. You said that it was you, that nothing was me. But my self-doubt makes that hard to believe. My heart was racing, made sounds like a drum. And as soon as you left, my body went numb.
Yeah, I know you know this one, Kate.
Falling away, I struggle to get through the day. The darkness consumes every part of me. There's nothing left, I feel so empty. You broke my heart, you broke my soul. What can I do to make me whole? My mind was swirling as I shut the door. The pain overwhelmed and I sank to the floor. My heart was shattered, I felt so weak. I was feeling good, I had hit my peak. I came out of depression, then you slapped me in the face. You left me broken, disappeared without a trace. The darkness came back and the depression returned. You set me back a month with the happiness I earned. I can't be mad.
Keep that line in mind. We'll come back to that.
Changes minds like the world and the seasons. I don't agree. I think that you're wrong. We've been drifting apart, but not for that long. You said you weren't happy and that hurt me, no doubt. I had tried my best, so you never went without. You had to go, and you needed to be free. I'd rather you be happy than unhappy with me. Now I'm falling away. I struggle to get through the day. The darkness consumes every part of me. There's nothing left, I feel so empty. You broke my heart, you broke my soul. What can I do to make me whole? I pick myself up and I brush off the dust. Well, I might be alive, my heart is crushed. This weight will be here for so damn long. I still don't understand where it all went wrong. But here's the thing, it's not on me. It was a combination of a couple of things. You see, I know who I am and I know my worth. And there's plenty of people out here on this earth. It's not that I hate you, it's the opposite in fact. I saw a future, but you turned your back. I respect who you are, I respect our new path. Our love is over and it's now in the past. I wish nothing but the best for you. This pain that I feel will pass with my youth. You're a beautiful person with a beautiful soul, but you weren't the person to make me whole. Now I'm falling.
That stings.
Falling away. I struggle to get through the day. The darkness consumes every part of me. There's nothing left, I feel so empty. You broke my heart, you broke my soul. What can I do to make me whole? To make me whole. Oh, make me whole.
So, make me whole. This one is about another breakup. So, in case you can't tell, I have not had, what do you say, excellent luck when it comes to dating. Okay, so this was about a relationship that ended September 15th, 2018. Almost 2 months ago. On the day, right? Almost 2 months ago. So, this song was about a relationship I had been in since January 8th of this year, right? This girl and I had been talking since November of 2017. We started dating in January, and issues arose in April. Thank you, Sheldon. Thank you. You're so loving. You're so supportive. So, been dating this girl for 9 months, right? Been together for about 10, 11, somewhere in that range. Yeah, issues. Issues arose being that she cheated on me. She cheated on me in April. And I, being the person I am, believed in what we had. I thought that we could salvage the relationship, that we could save it, and I gave a second chance. I said, I love you. We can work through this. I should have known in April that I was not going to be able to salvage the relationship. After she cheated on me, I never got closure. I never was able to process why she cheated on me, why it happened, all this other stuff. I was never able to process because she wouldn't talk about it. She didn't want to work on it. She did not want to work on the relationship and build that trust back up. Because when something like that happens, you have to build the trust. Trust is key in a relationship. If you don't trust each other, your relationship is not going to work. And she didn't work on building that trust back up. So as hard as I tried to let it go and move past it, I couldn't because the trust was not there. And so I will admit we were drifting apart, but not from my lack of trying. I had been at work since 8 a.m. that day. And I've been texting her all day, talking about how, hey, you know, we've been kind of distant. We haven't really been talking much. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just tired. And so I said, you know what? I know we're both busy. I know we've both got busy schedules. So let's set up like a date night, right? That we can hang out and just watch a movie, go out to dinner, do something, just a date night every week that is dedicated to you and me and her, that time, right? And something was off. She was out with friends. And so I said, hey, you know, I'm not busy tonight after I get off of work. I get off at 4. You want to come hang out? We can watch a movie, grab some dinner, just chill, because I hadn't seen her in like a week because she had gone home the weekend before and we were just busy and I hadn't seen her in like a week. So I was like, I need to see my girlfriend. I want to see my girlfriend. And she's like, no, not tonight. I'm too tired. I've been out all day. I'm busy. And I said, okay, that's fine. I get it. But we need to see each other soon because I miss you, right? And then maybe an hour later, she texts me and says, hey, can I come over? And when she said that, after being so insistent on not coming over and not wanting to see me, when she changed her mind and said, hey, I need to come see you, I knew it was not going to end well. So I knew it was coming. So she broke off the relationship. She cheated on me. And in the end, she was the one that broke it off. Because as she said, she felt we were drifting apart. But it wasn't on me. It was a combination of a couple of things, right? Those couple of things being she wasn't trying and she didn't want the relationship to continue for whatever reason. So she broke it off and I was crushed. As I said, I had given her everything, so she never went without, right? I poured my heart and my soul into that relationship. I gave her everything I had, and I got practically nothing in return. In the long run, looking back at it, like, I enjoyed the time we had together, but I also know that it was not a healthy relationship because she was not putting in the effort. She wasn't putting in the time. So she was not the person to make me whole. And that's what Make Me Whole is about. It is about this relationship that I just recently, well, not recently, but like 2 months ago, that I got out of. So that is Make Me Whole, and that is one of the deepest and most vulnerable cuts on this album. Is this one because I literally wrote this 2 days. I finished writing this 2 days after she broke up with me. And here's the thing. My music is cathartic for me. Creating music, creating art, pouring my pain, my passion, my heart, my soul into my music, that's what makes me happy. But it also provides a release. I did grow from it. I did. And it is a life experience. And go back to having a mind, experiences like this are part of life. It's part of having a mind. You're going to suffer. You're going to have pain. So my music allows me to grow. My music allows me to process things. And that's what Make Me Whole is about. It is about a broken relationship in which the trust was shattered along with my heart. Okay, so now, moving on to track number 6, Let Me Be. Let's see if you can give me an interpretation of Let Me Be. So let us go.
Nothing that you said has ever been the truth. Turns out that you've done nothing but lie. I don't wanna be the one that says it now, but I've never been good at goodbyes. You were never there when I needed you. You always turned your back and then you ran. The problem here has never been the way I felt. The problem is how these things began. And I don't want you here no more. These memories that we made are still raw. Every time I look at you, I see deceit. But I know that I am not the one that's wrong. So get out, go away. Leave me to myself and let me be. So get out, go away. Leave me to myself and let me be. I know that you were always gonna have my back, but are you watching it or will you stab? Took the opportunities you had to leave. So how long before it happens again? And I don't want you here no more. These memories that we made are still raw. And every time I look at you, I see deceit. But I am not the one that's in the wrong. So get out, go away. Leave me to myself and let me be. So get out, go away. Leave me to myself and let me be. Let me be. Yeah. Let me be. Let me be. Get out and go away. Leave me to myself and let me be. So get out and go away. Leave me to myself and let me be.
Alright, so that is Let Me Be. And in case you cannot tell, that is about letting toxic people go. Cutting toxic people out of your life. Now, keep in mind, this album is a journey, right? It's a journey through my life. So, we started off with me feeling lost, hopeless, right? I felt lost. Struggling with that loss, with my depression. Battling myself through depression, finally hitting my stride. I was winning, then getting hurt again, and now we're at the point where I'm cutting toxic people out of my life. Now, this song was written before Having a Mind. This song was written before Having a Mind. It was written before Make Me Whole. It was written before this whole relationship that I was cheated on happened. It was about just a song. Nothing in particular had happened to me up to that point to make me write a song about cutting toxic people from my life, but I knew it was something that like I needed to do because there was a couple people that I needed to let go, right? Because I didn't want them there anymore. I didn't want them in my life because they were a toxic person to me. And so I wrote Let Me Be, like, leave me alone. Let me live my life, right? Cut them out, exactly. And that's what I did. I quite literally cut those toxic people out of my life. I blocked them on all social medias. I blocked their number from my phone, right? They were that toxic. They were that bad for me. So I cut them out. But that happened before all this other stuff happened. This happened while I was still dating this girl, right? This girl that cheated on me. I'm not going to say her name because I'm not going to do that. But in the story of the album, this song fit best after having a mind, right? Because it's about cutting toxic people out. It's about letting toxic people go. Because I'm telling a story. So while it was written before, its place in the album is here. Does that make sense? It is a hard thing to do. Cutting toxic. There's a lot to say about that, but like cutting toxic people out, especially if they're people that you had considered to be friends at one point, letting them go when saying you are not good for me is really hard. Especially for me because I'm a nice person. I don't have enough hatred in my body to hate somebody or say I really dislike you, but this person got to that point. And it's hard to push my buttons to there. It's hard to push me to that point. So that is what Let Me Be is about. It's about cutting those toxic people out of your life. AKA my friend and this girl that I broke up with a couple months ago. Cut them out of your life. So, after you cut toxic people out of your life, it's now time for you to start rebuilding. It's time for you to let go of the past and get ready to make a future. That was a smooth transition. Give me credit for that one. Stare at my reflection. He stares back at me. He's not the kind of person that I wanna be. Searching for a reason to not do what I should. I know it fell from grace, I'd take it all back if I could. And all these fading memories of a man that I don't know. I wasted all these years and I've got nothing to show. I wanna make a difference, I wanna change my ways. Put away the scrapbook and look ahead to better days. Let go of the past and make a future. Let go of the past and make a future. Let go of the past and make a future. Let go of the past and make a future for you. For you. For you, for you, for you. Make a future for you. Boom. Make a future. Right? So it's literally about all of this stuff has happened to me up to this point, right? And then I'm letting go of the past and I'm making a future. I'm looking towards a future. This one, yeah, that's literally what it's about. Obviously, make a future. It's only got one verse and then an extended chorus, which was weird, but like I dug the vibe. So that's literally all there is to that one. The lyrics are very straightforward. I did not like the way that my life was heading. I did not like the direction that I was going in as a human being, right? I stare at my reflection, he stares back at me, and he's not the kind of person that I want to be, right? Like, I know I fell from grace. I'd take it all back if I could. Like, I made mistakes. I was not where I wanted to be. I was not who I wanted to be. And it was time to put away the scrapbook, stop looking at the past, right? Stop looking at all the mistakes I'd made and start making a future. And that's what I did. And again, these things were written out of order. But to tell the story of the album, they're in the order that I chose to put them in. So yeah, so that's Make a Future. Very straightforward, very just to the point. Like, I was tired of living in the past and looking at my mistakes, and I wanted to make a better future for myself. I wanted to be a better person. So yeah, so that was Make a Future. That's like literally that is like I think the most straightforward song on this entire album. Next up, track number 8, Dance Like Nobody Is Watching. Yeah, it is a choice, and it's a hard choice to make, right? And you can choose to wallow in it, or you can choose to make the change. And that is the hardest part, is choosing that, because it's a rough transition as well. It's hard to look at yourself every day and say, I hate who I'm becoming, so I'm going to make a change. It's hard to stick to it. It's like going to the gym. I have gone to the gym and stopped going to the gym so many times because like it's hard to make that change. It's a hard choice. And I struggle with it every day too, man. I do. And it's just one of those things that we deal with, and we have to go through. Yeah, everybody struggles with it. Everybody struggles with making that positive change in their lives and understanding that is what needs to be done. So 100%, yeah, and that's exactly what it's about. It's about making that change and deciding to make that change. Now, track number 8, Dance Like Nobody's Watching, is literally a disco funk track. There are no words. It is just a feel-good dance track because we're making a future. We're feeling good about ourselves, right? Like, we love who we're becoming. We're beginning to love ourselves. We're beginning to figure out who we are, right? So this is Dance Like Nobody's Watching. It is a celebration track. I'm also incredibly white, so I shouldn't dance, but I do anyway. Cutting you out. That's my friend Jamie. He's a monster. He's a mess. Okay, that was weird. And that was weird, dude. And there you go. Dance Like Nobody's Watching. Literally just a celebration track. You are absolutely right. It's just a track celebrating life, right? Like becoming who you are and figuring your life out. It's great. Like it's so much fun for me. It's fun. And I don't want to, I'm not a big fan of like 70s psychedelic rock. But 70s disco, like, give me some Bee Gees, give me some Earth, Wind, and Fire any day. Like, I love that stuff. Not a big fan of, like, some of the Beatles' later stuff where they got, like, psychedelic and weird. But disco, in and of itself, is pretty good. So that's, I just wanted to make a disco track. Like, and it was fun, it was catchy, and it was celebrating us becoming better people. That's what we're going to go with. All right. Getting close to the end, guys. Track number 9, Drum Without a Beat. This one is about... I'll tell you what. We'll listen to it first. Then I'll tell you what it's about. I'll let you listen to it first. All right. Let's just in case somebody decides to show up at the door again. Because they be doing that sometimes.
The world is changing, can't find my way. I'm struggling just to get through the day. No matter how hard I push myself, the panic overwhelms my soul. And I know who I should be, but life isn't on my side. I try blending with society, but they're taking me for a ride. 'Cause I am a drum without a beat, and when they call my name, I will never give up. I'm a drum without a beat, and even though I'm scared, I know who I can be. Oh, no one's different, we're all the same. Try to be unique, they call you insane. I'll go my own way, I'll carve a path. Let my future ignore my past. And I know who I will be, but life isn't on my side. So I won't blend in with society, and I'm taking them for a ride. 'Cause I am a drum without a beat, and when they call my name, I will never give up. I am a drum without a beat, and even though I'm scared, I know who I can be. Oh,
I apologize. Voice cracked. I have to belt those notes. I gotta hit those notes high.
'cause I
So that is Drum Without a Beat. So this one, this is about not conforming, right? Being your own person. That is something I have struggled with my entire life. I am intrinsically a follower. I'm not a leader. As much as I would love to be a leader, as much as I would love to, like, break the mold and do my own thing and be a unique individual, intrinsically, I'm a follower. If somebody says something and somebody does something, I tend to follow them instead of making my own way, more or less, right? So, in that regard, Drum Without a Beat is about me letting go of that, right? Me becoming my own person, me not being afraid to not conform. Basically, you know how they say you march to the drum, you know, you march to a certain drummer's beat or whatever. However the saying goes, like you march to the drummer's beat, march to the beat of the drum or whatever. I'm a drum without a beat. I don't have a set path. I don't have a set pace. People can't tell me what I can and cannot do. I'm talking about, like, you know, go my own way, try to be unique. They call you insane, right? Like, a lot of times if you're unique or if you're different, people will call you weird, or people call you, they make fun of you for wanting to be different and not wanting to be the same as everyone else. But I personally don't believe in that. I believe that everybody is unique in their own way, and that's good. If we all lived in a society where everyone else was the same, everyone was the same as everyone else, like, what is life then? Like, what are we truly doing, right? So it's about not conforming, right? Like, normally society takes you for a ride, right? You just go with the flow. No, I'm going to take society for a ride. That's what it's about. It's about me breaking out of the mold and being my own person, and living my life the way that I want to live it, not the way that other people tell me to live it. Yeah. Just making sure. Whoop. I don't know what is happening. Yeah. Oh. Hush, Garrett. Okay. I don't know what that was. That's good. Sorry. My computer went a little AWOL on me. Alright, so the final track, Only Human. Now, this is personally my absolute favorite on the album. This is the best one that I have, in my personal opinion. So, like, I am 100% enjoying this album, or this track the most. Uh-oh. I don't know what's happening. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Just hang with me. I'm still live. I can see that. But I'm having trouble connecting so I can look at chat, watch chat. Okay. There I am. I'm back. Sorry. That was weird. Okay, so final track, Only Human. This is my favorite song on the entire album. I'm the most proud of this one. My friend Zachary Big Lane, helped me to track the bass guitar, the electric guitar, and the drums. The only thing I tracked was the vocals and the horns in the choruses. So, Only Human, and then we'll break this one down, and we'll recap the album and see what you guys have to say. All right?
These words, they drop like rain. They're coming out so fast.
till the time is in the past. Struggles that you feel, the pain that you have had, the lives that you've touched, both the good and the bad. And I feel the sympathy, and I reach out to you. 'Cause love is the name of the game. We try so hard each day. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but at least we came to play. And everyone has feelings, we all deserve respect. I'll treat you like me, if you treat me like you. What more can we expect? We're only human. You keep on moving forward, you keep blazing a path. Be the difference that you want, be the difference that you can. And don't give in to hate, don't let the darkness in. We'll fight for us together, because together's how we win. And I feel the happiness, so I reach out to you. 'Cause love is the name of the game. We try so hard each day. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but at least we came to play. And everyone has feelings, we all deserve respect. I'll treat you like me, if you treat me like you. What more can we expect? We're only human. Only human. Only human. We're only human. Only human. We're only human. Only human. Only human. Only human. Only human. And that's it. That's it. That is the album. Okay. So, Only Human. It's the culmination of the entire album. Right? It's me understanding who I am, what my place is. It's about me being okay with that. Right? Because we are all only human. We are here to spread love, not hate. Right? There was a track earlier in the album where I mentioned that, you know, I try to spread love, right? Try to spread love, that's the name of the game, right? It was in Having a Mind that I mentioned love being the name of the game. And then I tie that back into this track. But Only Human is a celebration of us as human beings. It's a celebration of us as people, right? That we are all connected. And in that, we all need to treat each other with respect, because no matter the differences, be it the difference in the color of our skin, our sexual orientation, our gender, right? Regardless of those differences, we are all human. We are all people. And because of that, love is the name of the game. And we try so hard each day, right? We try so hard to spread that love every day, or at least I do. Like, that's my goal, is to spread that love. We try so hard each day. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but at least we came to play, right? Sometimes spreading love, it doesn't work out for some people. Some people don't want that love, and that's fine. But sometimes, by spreading that love, we can reach somebody. We can say, you have value. You as a human being are amazing, and you have value no matter who you are. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but at least you're trying. At least you came to play, right? Because everyone has feelings. We all deserve respect. right? And then it goes back to the golden rule. I'll treat you like me if you treat me like you. Treat each other the way you want to be treated, right? What more can we expect from each other because we're only human, right? Don't give in to don't let the darkness in. Don't give in to hate, right? And we'll fight for us together because together's how we win. That is everything. I personally am tired of seeing our country, our world divided. We're all humans. Everybody deserves the same basic respect, same basic human rights, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter the color of your skin, no matter your sexual orientation, your gender. None of that matters because we are all humans. We all deserve the same basic respects, same basic human necessities, right? Everyone deserves it. And that is what Only Human is about. It's about me understanding my place in the world, and that is to spread love, right? That is to spread a message of positivity and of hope. And that's the whole point of this album, is to tell my journey, my struggle, and my life in hopes that I can reach somebody else. Thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate that. It is an amazing message. And like that's what I want to get across, right? Is that I am sharing these things, these experiences in my life in hopes that I can reach somebody else, that I can help someone else. Because music is not a singular thing. Music is not a sit by yourself and listen to it. Music is for everybody. Music is meant to be shared. Music is meant to be a communal thing. The Native American tribes, that was how they told stories, was through song, right? And so like that's what this album is. It is a message. It is what I hope to be a beacon of hope, right? I want it to be a beacon of hope. I want people to understand where I'm coming from and understand that I have struggled through this, but maybe by me struggling through it, I can help you in some way. That's the goal. That was the goal of the album. So yeah, thoughts, guys. I want to hear your thoughts on the album as a whole. What did you think? What can I improve? What should I change? What should I do different next time? Is there a genre you would like to see me try? Because there's another thing, I don't ascribe to one genre, as you can clearly tell. Right? I did some rock, I did disco, I did rap, I did electronic, like I did everything. So thoughts on what I can change for next time? Thoughts on what you liked, what you didn't like? Because constructive criticism is a whole part of being a musician, right? Thank you, Sheldon. But yeah, so I just want your thoughts and your feedback, because that's the only way I will continue to grow as an artist. And it's important to me to continue to grow because excuse me. So, like I said, it's important for me to continue to grow because that is the only way I can learn and be better. Because if this goes somewhere, right? If this music thing takes me somewhere, I want to be good, right? Because I want to be able to tell stories. I want to be able to have a message behind my albums, behind my music, because music that does not have meaning. Music without meaning, to me, is pointless. Like a lot of these SoundCloud rappers, right? I don't listen to their music. I have absolutely no desire to. A, it's not really my genre. I don't really like it. But B, what are they talking about? Talking about doing drugs and going out and having sex and all this stuff. Like, it's all pointless. There's no point. They're just flexing for the clout, as they say. And so music has to have a purpose. The words need to mean something. There needs to be meaning behind it, not just, oh, I want to make money and I want to talk about my drugs and my chains and my Bentley. Like, no, I'm not about that. I like music that means something. Okay, so you really loved how it told a story. That's not something that's seen a lot today with the albums coming out, as I just touched on. And it's obvious I poured my emotions into it. It takes the listener on a journey, and personally really like, good, I'm glad. I am glad that you enjoyed that. 'Cause like I said, that's the whole goal, is to tell that story. And maybe through me, I can help somebody else, right? So thank you. I'm glad. So far, the response to the album has been overwhelmingly positive. I do understand and I do know that my lyrics and my rhyming schemes are a little lackluster. I am not an amazing lyricist. And I'm not an amazing musician either. I'm not great at either of those things. Because, like, I can hear it in my head, and I can hear how I want it to be. But I'm not always there. I don't always have the artistic ability to create what I hear in my head. So for the next album, I'm going to be working a lot more on lyrics. In fact, if you guys want, I tell you what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of the newest song that I'm working on. Right? Because the creative bug stops for nobody. And if you follow my Instagram, which I highly recommend you do, then you would know this, like, this is already something that I've been working on for quite a little bit. And yeah, okay, here you go.
Staring out the window at the waters
from there, it'll kick back into another verse, and then back into the chorus and all that fun stuff. So it's still a work in progress. But already, I feel growth, right? Because if we're gonna be completely honest, a lot of what you heard on that previous album was pre-made loops. And now I'm not saying that to like say I didn't make my own music, and I did. But it wasn't all original instrumentation. I took loops that were in the program I was using, pre-made loops, and then I cut them up and I chopped them and I used them where I needed them, and I put pieces here and I put pieces there. Changed effects, changed settings. I made it sound how I want it to sound. So I'm not saying it's not. I don't want to say that and like have it take away value. But at the same time, everything that you just saw here, everything that you just heard, was 100% au naturel. Like I made that 100%. So here, all of this stuff here, all the green, that is all original instruments. That's all instruments that are made completely without, just by me, right? And then, of course, you've got the blue vocals down on the bottom, right? But all the green is original instruments. It's all played by me on my MIDI keyboard. So already I'm feeling growth, I'm feeling change, right? In my artistic abilities and in my ability to create content and create music. And so that's another big thing that I'm going to try to change, is my image. If you've watched any of the other videos on my channel, there's one called Life Changes and a New Direction, and I talked about rebranding. Well, if you'll notice, I am no longer the crazy cover guy. I am Garrett Stone. I changed the name of the channel because I wanted to reflect who I am. And the crazy cover guy was where I started, right? 18 years old, started making covers, hence the crazy cover guy. And I'm still going to do covers. I'm still going to make covers. I still like making covers. In fact, I have a Linkin Park cover coming out in the next couple of weeks sometime. But my main focus has shifted from covers to original music. And not just original music, but if I want to make skits, if I want to make vlogs, whatever I want to do, I'm now not restricted by the name The Crazy Cover Guy, right? I am Garrett Stone. I am me. So all content that I put forth from this point is going to be genuinely me. And so I'm excited about that. I have a social media manager now. One of my friends volunteered. She's really good at it. Sarah Lejeune. She's currently creating a website for me. And she is going to help me have a more active presence on social media, on my official pages, which I'm still creating. So like everything is falling into place. With just the release of this album, I have so much support. Even the people that came and watched the stream, you guys are supporting me, right? You guys are allowing me to continue to do what I want to do. You are showing me that you care about my passions, that you care about what I do, and that means a lot. You enjoy my music, and that's rare, right? So thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And it's been mind-blowing to see the response to this album. It's my first album. It's my first foray into this kind of thing, and already there's so much support. So as I begin to wind down the stream, and as I begin to pack it up here, I've been going at it for almost 2 hours, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys sticking around for that. So as I wind down, it is now time for the shameless plug portion of the stream. where if you have not bought the album and you wish to do so, it is available on iTunes and Google Play and Amazon Music. If that is your preferred method, go search it, buy it. It's $6. It's a little hefty, I know, but I have invested in new equipment. I have invested in new things, like new microphone. I've got a new program. I got new headphones. So that money goes to upgrading my equipment and allowing me to buy new things or pay royalties and pay people and pay for other services such as a website and promoting posts and all that fun stuff. So the money that I make from this album is not just money in my pocket. It's going to go straight back into my music. However, as I know, the majority of us are broke college students. If you do not want to buy the album, I 100% respect that. You can stream it on Apple Music. You can stream it on Spotify. I do get paid from that, just from your streams. I get paid fractions of a cent per stream, but over time, that adds up, that builds up, and I will get paid from that. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting. You guys are the best. You guys are amazing. And the outpouring of love that I have for this new foray, for this new chapter in my life, I am just so grateful that you guys are here for it. I am super excited that my music, my passions, my 2 years of blood, sweat, and literal tears are now out in the world for you to see. The official music video for Only Human, if you have not checked it out, is on my channel. Please, after you're done here, give that a watch, give it a like, give it a share if you so enjoyed. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next stream, in the next video, and in the next album.